Hello, how are you today? Very good. Um, Today we're gonna try something here called Ace Guava Craft Cider. And let's see if I get it. Guava Craft Cider, 5% alcohol. I guess Ace has been around since 1993. It's got no sugar, gluten-free and vegan. 140 calories, which isn't bad for a cider, to be honest with you. 000. That's good. This is all good. Carbs 10 grams. Pretty good for a cider. Um, Ingredients: fermented apple juice, pink guava juice, malic acid, sulfite. Now, the sulfite, they say, can give you headaches, so I guess you'd have to use these sparingly. Okay, Ace Guava Cider was inspired by a trip to Brazil, where we enjoyed Brazil's national cocktail, a caipirinha, blended with their local guava juice. The guava juice was so refreshing, we just knew we had to make a cider with it. Experience a taste of Brazil with Ace Guava, a blend of our semi-dry apple cider with Brazilian pink guava juice, fresh guava aroma, citrusy mouthfeel, and a ridiculously smooth finish. Ridiculously smooth finish. You'll find it impossible to put this down. Cheers, or as they say in Brazil, saúde. Which, if you look at that, it's like saudel, but I guess it's pronounced saúde. The House Brothers, second generation Ace cider makers. Well, anyway, let's give it a shot and see if it's ridiculously smooth. Okay, that is pretty good. It's got almost like a thicker texture to it. I think it almost tastes like the real fruit. I've had the real fruit and I didn't like it too much because of the texture of the seeds and stuff like that, or whatever is in there. But this is pretty good. Mix it with that apple juice. It's pretty good. Let me see. I'm gonna have another shot. Oh my gosh, they're right. It is really impossible to put down. Okay, so that's pretty good. What could we talk about today? Um, talk about a couple things, I guess. First thing we could talk about is electric vehicles. Cars will be going to electric vehicles in the future. They say that by 2035, they're shooting for all the cars in California to be made. All the cars being made in California will be electric. And eventually by 2050, I would imagine that most states would be the same way. So I'm not liking how this is going. I've noticed that the regular gas-powered cars are very expensive right now. I'm not sure why that is, but I think maybe there's an underlying reason of that. Quite possibly, maybe an underlying reason, or one of the reasons, could be because people know that we're going to electric vehicles. And I mean, the crappy thing is that it's almost like it's being pushed out, and it's almost like we really don't have a say-so in the matter. Because what will happen is that they will make gas so expensive. Um, who's going to be able to afford it? And the only option you'll have is to get an electric vehicle. The cruddy thing about that is that, when you're living in a city, if you even need a vehicle. A lot of times you don't with the public transportation. Um, you just use that. But sometimes, let's say you live in a rural area, you need a vehicle. And you'll need these cars that can go long distances. So there's times I'm at work and I see these cars, Tesla and whatnot, some of these electric vehicles, and they're sitting there plugged into the wall, this charger that's in the wall. And it's just kind of incredible that would actually be the case one day, where we would have to have these sort of things. A lot of people would be like, oh, this is great. But there's a certain freedom that it takes away from you. You'll be dependent. While you are dependent on gas, sure, you'll be dependent on people's charging stations, and you'll have to wait for them to charge. Maybe I don't know much about the electric vehicles and how they run, but there's a certain, I don't know, just a freedom taking away from this. So it's all about dependence, You don't want to be dependent on too many things and too many people. And that's just another thing to be dependent on. Charging up your car. And then who knows with these computers that are in these cars, will they need updates? Would you have to go down and get your computer updated because your Tesla has a version 2.6 or something that needs an upgrade or something like that? I know someone that had a gas-powered Honda. It was 2014, and lightning second-handedly struck it, and it fried the computer. They tried to fix the computer, and now the car mechanically ran fine. I mean, it was fine. So they tried to fix the computer, spent $3,000 getting the parts, trying to fix these little chips that are in there, because the AC wouldn't work, the mileage wouldn't work, nothing on the dash would work. And they weren't able to fix this computer. It fried it. The car was basically rendered useless. And what if that had been a $70,000 Tesla? I mean, it's almost like we're getting too technologically advanced for our own good. And I guess it's just the whole throwaway society type of thing. They don't want you to have something you can fix and repair yourself. They want you to be dependent on them and having to get another car because lightning fried your computer, and nothing else will work. Well, now you're dependent on them because you have to get a new car. So it's just, I don't know, you could see these things just making us as a society just less independent and less individuality, more reliant on them, more collectivism. And it's just a shame that the world is going this way. So, but anyway, what else can we talk about? So anyway, along that same lines, keep your gas-powered vehicles. If you can find ones that don't have the computer system in them and you can work on them yourselves, that's even a bigger bonus. Although they'll probably stop making those eventually, like the parts that go to fix them and stuff. But anyway, so where are we at here? Oh, another thing I'd like to talk about is, there's a lot to talk about, but especially black and white relations, which is basically being brought up by the media. It's just a media-driven, fueled black and white relations. I mean, you can't go on the computer now or on any kind of news website without 70% of the stories being black man, white cop, white woman, black cop, black people. It's just white people. Just further division. And and that's really all it is. It's just the media trying to divide us. We know why. Because the people that are behind the media, we don't have to name them by names, but that's the reason why. So, best that you can do is just treat everybody the way you want to be treated, as always. Don't listen to the media, turn it off, and don't let it get to your heart. So, because you go to work, you work with all kinds of different races, and nobody treats each other like they're saying they do on the news. It's just for division. That's all it is. But anyway, so probably signing off right here. Again, this pink guava drink, this cider, is pretty good. I think I got it for $8.99 a 6-pack. Maybe $9.99. I'm not sure. Ciders aren't cheap, but yeah, it's pretty delicious. It's worth buying. Oh, look out there. Maybe. Oh, it's gone. It was a cardinal. Okay. Okay, well, signing out. Talk later.